survive this one as a double edict, just doing way too much damage with the right clicks. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, they're still going for more. Tiger in some trouble as the 2-man's running him down. He gets the right click and finds that kill. Madara maybe looking for a response here as he throws in the axes, but Liquid just going to play around him here.
I'll be honest, I'm very surprised that Bristol went for Vanguard instead of Hood. I feel like it's a super good Hood game up against this Darkseer, Arc Ward and Leshrac combination. Yeah, he might have survived there if he had the Hood instead.
Possibly. It's
I imagine
the usual pick up on Bristle, but
yeah, he'll probably build it next anyway. So
yeah,
it's not a huge deal.
Isn't the Diabolic Edict is physical damage though?
It is, yeah, but like the Pulse Nova and magic damage, like you have the Spark Wraith and the Fluxus magic damage.
True. Well, bottom tower lasts all of about 3 seconds to Kroki's max level Diabolic Edict. Meanwhile, looking for GH here. Boxy trying to chase forward, but without Flux on him, he can't really keep pace as the 2-man comes in and is actually able to grab the bounty rune from under his nose and go for the TP out. Madara, come on, root. Nah, not gonna happen.
Why'd he give up? Come on, dude.
Yeah, you got to commit. The third one, it was there. Yeah, they've got mind control. He's blocked off. Does have Surge in 1 second, but with that stun being cocked up, they're going to throw it out maybe a little bit too early here. Mind control might be able to escape this one. Oh, the vacuum up onto the cliff. They're going to throw down the Echo Slam to get the creep and the kill, and Cloak's just going to TP himself away.
Good try. If he'd have got both of them up on the cliff, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. I think that was a level 1 vacuum as well, so that's extra points, extra impressive there to.
If you'd have got both of them up on the cliff with a level 1 vacuum, I would have been very impressed.
Yes, that would be to the front page of Reddit, I think.
Yeah, Miracle goes for the Maelstrom now after the Midas as well on the Arc Warden. So standard build. We used to see some people go for the Necro 1 as some kind of like bridge item to be able to kind of fight a little bit as well as farm.
But he's spotted out behind. GH is coming in onto Boxy here. Kind of feeling like he might just throw down the black hole, but Insani is waiting for it. He's got the Will-O-Wisp available as the thing come out. There's a Split Earth coming down onto Boxy. Boxy in some trouble. They've still got this Will-O-Wisp to work with, but Insani just doesn't want to throw it out. Boxy gonna get run down here, and yep, the Spirit Vessel on him is just gonna get torn out.
See, it's really interesting by GH. Like, he knows that he doesn't have to build pipe this game. It's not a great pipe game, so just go for something different. Instead, build the Spirit Vessel, which is obviously super good against the Alp and the Bristle.
Up onto the high ground. Tiger running away. Does get the blink off just in time before the Midnight Pulse comes in. So, isn't Sani ever going to use the Will-O-Wisp this game?
Maybe he's, like, his R button's stuck. He can't click it. I really think Tiger should have just thrown the Fisher out quicker there as well. Would have possibly saved the Bristle's life. Probably not, but...
They're scanning out in the trees here, but all they see is Insani, so they might not know the time. Never mind, they vacuum him out, and Insani is getting eaten alive by the 2-man here, doing whatever he wants, it feels like, this game.
I'm surprised they didn't go on Tiger there.
Tiger get away. Did you just blink past them all?
He just ran away. He just blinked out.
Koifa coming into this one. Stun comes out onto the Enigma here, and Madara's on top of him as well. GH is not surviving this one as he goes down. And Fest into mind control, and the Surge away for them both. That's the efficiency plays right there. Why save one when you can save both?
And they're making so much space for Miracle as well. Like, they forced 5 TPs down to this bot lane. Miracle just TPs to the top jungle. Look where he is on the net worth chart now. Like, he was struggling against, you know, all the other Alliance cores before, but with this Midas Maelstrom build, he just catches up so quickly.
That was quite impressive. And he's, I say it's impressive. He hasn't actually had any pressure put on him, to be honest. Like, his laning phase looked pretty bad, but at the same time, he's still got a 9-minute Midas, which isn't that bad. And yeah, the Alliance haven't really been invading right now, but now they jump forwards. A nice find by Tiger here as he gets the stun off, and Arc Ward just got everything coming on his head right now, and they'll be able to get this kill. Now they look towards GH as well as Koifa pops the ultimate, starts to run him down. The rest of the team just focusing on the tower for the time being, though. They will take that tower as Kuroki TPs himself in. Maybe they're looking to fight this one Liquid, but I shouldn't really think so. They don't really have enough damage to take this fight. They will just have to accept losing this tower as Koifa, he's the man with the money. He's got this Manta style and the Radiance.
Yeah, whenever this Arc Warden dies, you have to punish him by trying to take objectives. The magnetic field makes it so much more difficult, especially in the late game. Like, trying to breach high ground against that hero is really hard. And I love that he's got this blink queued up. I love that he's got this blink queued up as well on Elk. We've talked about them struggling to get on top of the Arc Warden. So.
Yep. With the Earthshaker, I mean, that was an amazing blink from Tiger, and not just an amazing blink, but also amazing reactions when he found himself exactly on top of the Arc Ward and just no hesitation to throw down the enchant totem and just keep him locked down and find that kill.
Good. This is a really good
in the middle lane.
Alliance.
Tiger.
Why?
Gosh. I mean, they're smoked up so we couldn't see them, but he saw the smoke coming out. If he'd just blinked forwards into that there, he might have just found a ridiculous echo, but Unfortunately.
By himself.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'm getting too excited, but you know, loads of creeps, loads of Eidolons, loads of heroes. You know, might have got one or two.
I don't know if Liquid tried to use that smoke to maybe try and get into the pit to contest, or like maybe they think Alliance are going to split up after they've taken the Aegis to farm, but it doesn't really look like it's going to be able to achieve too much here. I think they realise that they're behind here, and this Alchemist is super scary. Like, they have the Vessel, but with Alchemist having the Manta now to be able to dispel it, it's not easy for Liquid to take these fights.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alliance, I mean, impressive performance from them. No matter what happens from here on out in this this second game, they have bounced back thoroughly from a pretty rough first game, and now they're taking control. And I love that they're playing objectives. I love that they're just kind of taking control of Liquid's side of the map. This is, you know, when you're against these teams which are pretty scary to come against, you can't play on the back foot, and that is exactly, you know, when you're ahead. Because that does something we do see happen quite a lot. Meanwhile, Tiger walks up onto the high ground, just gets annihilated by Kuroki, so, you know.
Oh, okay. I'll let you... Yeah, Kuroki might be in trouble, though, in return.
He might be. He might be. But he's just got a solo kill, you know. He's probably happy with this.
He's made forcing rotations as well. Can we talk about Liquid's vision in the mid lane, by the way, where their two wards are? They replaced it exactly the same time.
Very thorough. By the same person?
Really, yeah, I think so. They really want to see this mid lane.
Okay. I mean, this is where the action is. I mean, we got two Dire wards, 2 Radiant wards as well, which are just about getting one's about to run out. The mid lane's where the fun is, even though there's no tier 2 here anymore. So
I think down in this bot lane as well now, you'll see that Alliance probably going to want to take these 2 towers in the bot lane just to, you know, create more goal for themselves. If Liquid put a ward on one of these high ground spots next to their tier 1 or tier 2, I think it's going to show whether they want to fight it or not. Because if they don't put vision down in this like dire bot jungle, it's going to be super hard for them to fight there. So they'll probably just let the towers go if they don't put any kind of vision up soon.
I think the one hero on the side of Alliance which we haven't really seen much effectiveness from is his Bristleback. Like, he got a couple of nice fights early on, but since then he's kind of just been this guy here on the front lines. What's the purpose of this pick? What does it do for them in these fights?
It's just like extra physical damage as well. Like, the Goo's super useful just to chase people down. Like, more physical damage within the acid spray, reducing armor. It gave him really good roche taking.
Arc Warden in some trouble again. Look at these TPs coming in though, but they're not going to be here nearly in time. Although there comes the Atos onto Tiger, but Koikva's here to fight as he stuns up 2 as they TP in, and with the Will-O-Wisp as well, and the Echo Slam coming down. They're doing so much work here, staying away from GH. They know he's got this black hole to work with, and as the Will-O-Wisp comes out, but they jump back in with the stun. Koikva playing around here. Tiger will be going down, but Mind Control in some trouble. Where's the stun coming out? It's nearly here from Alchemist. Mind Control with the surge away. Can he play around the trees? No, he cannot. Meanwhile, Sanya and Tiger have gone down the backlines, but they will also get the kill onto the Darkseer, and that is a triple kill for Koikva. Liquid making some mistakes here in the top lane.
Yeah, that was such a good Will-O-Wisp. We've been flaming Insania a bit, saying when you're going to be using that spell, but
like
a 3-man Will-O-Wisp into the 3-man Echo Slam. Under the shrine as well. They were healing for the most of that duration.
yeah, I didn't look at it. That's just Alliance wanting to buff their damage stats up. It was a very, very convincing fight for them. But I mean, do you not cancel the TPs after you realize the Arc Warden's dead there? But
I would have assumed they would have, but maybe they didn't realize that the Will-O-Wisp was going to be following up as well. I don't know if they saw the Keeper of the Light coming in. I imagine they probably would have cancelled him if they realized.
I mean, I love the response. Like, the response from
mid lane.
Liquid. Oh, BKB comes out though, and they're immediately jumping forwards onto the Arc Warden again, but the black hole from GH going to hold them still for the time being. Miracle trying to run himself away, but Boxy chasing with the poison. Can he get the kill? Yes, he can. Chance to do the job. And now they look towards Enigma as well, as he is just annihilated in the middle of this. And Leshrac chased down as well. Liquid dying in the middle lane. However, in the backlines, Madara's in some trouble. He's having to back himself up, trying to run from a Doomman, but the Radiance is going to take him down. No, it's not. But the surge forwards, he wants his kill, but he's not going to get it. Somehow, a neutral keep
can they get the
job. But whatever, who cares at this stage? The blocks out from Insania up onto the high ground. Now the stun to follow up as well. They're on top of Mind Control. They'll get him as well. It is a full 5-man wipe for Alliance here. And this is a great performance from them in game number 2. Not giving Liquid a chance to breathe in this matchup as they're up onto the high ground, taking this tier 3 tower.
Yeah, it feels like Alliance are doing so much of a better job this game of punishing the greed that we're seeing from Liquid. Like, they couldn't really do it in the first game, but they've played so well around this Aegis timing, and they're playing really well around this Chakra Magic. Like Insane is using it constantly on this Troll and the Alchemist to reduce their cooldowns, especially from this unstable concoction.
Yes, yeah, I mean, he's got the 400 damage now as well, so it's going to be doing even more, as we saw in the last fight, just piling into people. They take the shrines, and, well, they don't have Roche available to them just yet.
Yeah, the Aegis has just run out by Kuiper, so not going to be up for a few minutes now, unfortunately. So they'll probably wait for this second Aegis timing, which is, unless they win a really good fight, obviously. But that's going to allow Miracle to at least try and, you know, get another key item online. He has gone for this really greedy build we see from Outwarders all the time.
Tower. Ooh. Okay. 5 HP tower. Nope. Right.
Might as well keep it available as a TP point, I guess.
I mean, true.
I'd deny it, but never mind. They know better than me, dude, so I can't question them. The Matumban has his Radiance as well with his own Midas, but like...
Yeah, he's had this for a little bit, but I mean, nearly got the kill on Madara last fight, but not quite there in time.
I love that Alliance have gone, well, everyone just farmed last game, so let's just take fights.
Yeah, let's just run at each other. Let's have some fun. Exactly, that's what we're appreciating as well.
Oh, here comes the Alk.
Yeah, the raid boss is in. They're going to kill off this illusion for 240 gold, don't go into Boxy.
Oh, it's not an illusion, no man, it's a clone.
Oh, sorry.
I am the Reddit police.
So what's the difference between an illusion and a clone then?
It counts as a hero, like as a separate entity maybe. Who knows?
Ooh, okay.
I'm just making things up as I go along, I'll be honest. If I just throw enough...
That's what we all do. That's what we all do.
All of a sudden, like, it didn't seem like Alliance's net worth advantage was that much, and they take two amazing fights, take the T3 in the mid lane, and all of a sudden they're 17k net worth. Like, this is...
It's a bit of a lead, isn't it? It's a bit of a lead.
And you see at the moment, they're just doing a really good job of just shoving lanes in all the time. Like, Liquid are just forced to stay in their base pretty much constantly, because they're so scared to move anywhere on the map at the moment. They can't fight into this out. He is very strong.
Feels like Alliance are, I don't know, are they waiting down Roshan here, or just waiting for an opportunity? They've got all these wards up down here at bottom. They would just want to control both the jungles and starve Liquid out the map.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for them to rush this. Like, if all the lanes are pushed in, yes, Arc Warden can shove out lanes a little bit with his clone, but they might as well just wait for the second Aegis. You don't want to force a high ground fight into an Arc Warden. That's probably the only way you throw this game. So, like you say, just keep starving them out. Be patient, wait for the Aegis. I feel like this is the difference between a lot of tier 1 and tier 2, like tier 2, tier 3 teams, where they understand that they can be a lot more patient. I say Alliance are tier 1, that's probably generous, but...
Well, not how they're playing this game.
Very well. Yeah. The Liquid tried to smoke there to make a play, but...
They'll pop in the ulti very early here, but of course with 7 seconds downtime, it's not much of a commitment. They are looking towards Madara here. Madara having to pop the BKB pretty early here, but they found GH on the back lines. This is your black hole user, and he is gone. And now there's Madara. He's just chasing everybody back, and that's a huge F! Oh my god! The black hole is going to come in from GH from the high ground, but it is too late. Tiger has already jumped in and done the damage with a magnificent Echo Slam.
We, well, I gave Tiger some stick last game. Credit where credit is due. That was quite something.
Yep, that was a slam and a half. Taking down the entirety of Team Liquid. They do buy back, but they throw down the black hole. Now they don't have that to work with, and all they catch is the Airshaker in that high ground black hole as well. GH trying to make the plays. Desperation. Backdoor protection is here. Okay, the bubble's going to stop things for the time being, but the creep's coming in through the top lane, going to disable that backdoor protection for now. Alliance, well, surprisingly they don't get any more out of this.
I mean, they're just playing it careful. Like we said, you just wait for this second Aegis. They want a good fight, and they forced 3 buybacks from Matumba, Mimikry, and GH, so why don't you just go and get the Aegis here? Like, play safe. It's very, like, checklist, where you just make like, have we done this? Tick. Have we done this? Like, move on to the next objective. Make sure we play by the books.
Tiger, Babbitt to blink himself away. Liquid seem to be going for the Hallelujah players right now. There comes the Atos onto Troll Warlord, stun out as well. It's a little bit scary to try and go for this one. Meanwhile, they're looking for Tiger instead. This is the big hero. He's just going for the TP out. There is no basher, but there is a vacuum. Tiger in some trouble now. He's going to be able to throw down that stun. And actually, Batumman's going to get eaten alive by Madara here. And KuroKy trying to go in and do a bit of damage himself here, but he's just going to be pulled up apart.
They're trying to find +1s. Look at Foxy.
Well, that is going to be the Arc Warden down as well. And GG is called. Liquid have lost the second game. That is going to mean Alliance get to go to a Game 3, showing us that they can play Dota and they can play it bloody well. A fantastic Game 2 for them, ending with a 38k gold advantage at 29 minutes into this game. You can't take anything away from this team. Game 1 was a disaster. Game 2 was a disaster, but for the other team, which is pretty rare to see, but Alliance fighting back hard.
Yeah, Liquid just played so greedy again this game. Like, both their cores get Midas. Like, this Enigma position 4 is super greedy as well. And Mike and Josh trying to get things done, and KuroKy's running around desperately trying to make things happen. Like, he was level 6, like 8 minutes into the game or something. He was having a great time. But
yeah,
do you remember in the draft of this game when you said to me, "Why have Liquid banned Broodmother?" And I said, "I think Liquid just want to ban all the cheese heroes because they don't want to play up against them."
Yeah.
And they just this Alk just gets 10th picked, and then all of a sudden you're playing a completely different game than what you want to on Liquid. Like, he just ups the tempo of the game so quickly on this Alk. And
yeah, for sure.
They just struggle to deal with the tempo, unfortunately.
We've seen this player net worth chart as well. It's just a complete river, like 11k above the next highest net worth quake for this game. He just went absolutely nuts on this Alchemist. Goodness me. Alrighty then. Well,
I was just saying, I want to see GH play an actual position 4 hero this time. I'm not to say Enigma's not, but like an Earth Spirit or something, like something that you can make plays on the map on.
Yeah.
I miss those days of GH playing those kind of heroes.
Yeah. Something we can roll around and do a bit of damage and find some kills and make some plays. Absolutely. That's what we always want to see from GH, though. He's such a magnificent roaming 4 player. Alrighty then, we're going to head to a short break, but then we'll be back with the final game in this best of 3 series to find out who's going to be making it through to the winner's side of this group stage and who's going to have to be knocking it down and face elimination in the lower bracket. My name is Nemeth. I'm joined by my friend. We'll see you very shortly for game number 3 of Alliance versus Team Liquid in the MDL Disneyland Major Qualifiers.
Okay, so there's a really interesting thing here where this is something Liquid used to do a long time ago, actually, where they would pick this Spectre Doom as their opening 2, and you pop Horn, and the Doom buys a blink, and he can basically just jump into the fight and doom whoever he wants right at the start.
Yeah,
you see everything. Like you say, you see everything. It gives you all the vision in the world. I am really worried now that their lanes look a little bit weak, though. Like, wherever this Ursa goes, he's going to have an amazing time. And I'm also interested to see whether this Shaman gets played as a position 4 or the position 5. Because we know GH likes to play Keeper of the Light, but KuroKy has played it before. So who do they want to give the farm priority to this game? I feel like it's a really good Shaman game. So I'd like to see it as the 4, but it could go either way still. You know, GH Kotal is in the history books for a reason.
Kotal. Yeah, that is always a tasty pickup for him, so we shall see. I also think KuroKy really likes the Shaman, but...
He does.
In most games, I'd say that the Shaman. I want to see the Shaman on the 4, but I think just because it's Liquid, I want to see the Kotal on the 4.
I mean, we've cast games before together where GH has done some crazy things around the Roche pit with a Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, so. I remember that one. That was just when the new Kotal had kind of come into the competitive scene. Everyone was like, oh, not too sure on it. And then all of a sudden, GH shows up on it, and everyone's like, oh, okay, this hero's good. So now it's Team Liquid's turn with the Alchemist. Miracle Alchemist is going to be the call from KuroKy.
This is really interesting from Liquid as well, because they've gone for these really greedy drafts in the first 2 games, and all of a sudden, in this game 3, they're really upping the tempo. Like, they've got this Radiance Alk timing to work with, Shaman Wards, this Ursa's going to be coming online really early as well. Their lineup looks pretty well-rounded so far. They have good catch, they've got good objective taking, they have, decently strong lanes as well, so...
Yeah, maybe a little bit weak on the team fight, Team Liquid. Alliance, definitely not.
Is it, though? Because they've got this Will-O-Wisp as well.
Yeah, that's it, though.
It's not awful. I think it looks bad in comparison to Liquid's just because Liquid have picked... Sorry, Alliance, because Alliance have picked every single long cooldown in the game.
Yeah, more or less. Also, interesting that the Enigma's gone through this entire draft, by the way, so Team Liquid just very firmly not going for that hero anymore.
I would expect them to pick it up again in the future. I just think they realise that they need to make sure they don't get left behind in the dust.
Never playing Enigma again.
Never again. It didn't work 2 games in a row.
It didn't work against the... Well, no, it worked first.
Oh, yeah, they won game 1, didn't they? Yeah, sorry, my fault.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
I'm interested to see what Alliance want from this last pick now. Because do they want to play the Pango mid, or do they want to play it as this 4? They're going to need a vessel builder up against this Alk. So who's going to build it? Like, we've seen Spectre builds earn in the past. Probably don't really want to do it, though. So is the Pango going to be the 4 and build the vessel? Or will Doom build the vessel?
Yeah, Doom's pretty good with the vessel, though. He gives him kill potential as well. What are we expecting for the picks now? So Team Liquid, there looks like they need their carry position, assuming the S is going off lane. What do we want to see?
10 seconds.
It's still very...
I expand out the Panda, so they're assuming it's as a carry.
I want to see a Tide
5
Hunter.
seconds remaining.
I want to see another, like, an off-laner that they can play around, that is really strong, and they can just hit this timing with. Like, good team fight. Is Darkseer still in the pool? It is. Like, I think they could still pick Darkseer as well. Wouldn't be awful. Yeah, okay. Underlord's another good example. Like, there's so much damage mitigation on this side now where, like, if you build this Crimson Pipe on Liquid, on the Underlord, like, who's doing damage on Alliance?
They just want auras, basically, for this Underlord, so that does make sense to me. One of the best aura carriers. So Alliance, what are they going to take up? They look like they need either an off-laner or a mid-laner. Oh, no, they can't have an off-laner.
I think the Doom will be the off-lane. Spectre's going to be the one, so
yeah,
I would
Pango
imagine...
mid?
Do you want to put Pango against Alk in mid? You're basically just giving the Alk a free lane if you do that.
You think?
I think they've kind of cornered in their draft now. Now they've picked this Warlock Spectre that we talked about before. They need something that deals with the Alk, and they need something that can fight early on. Like, that can deal with this 5-man.
She just got a huge agi buff as well.
It's okay, but it's such a meh hero. Like,
yeah, I can.
It's like when people pick Morana mid now, and everyone just goes, "Really? Like, it's your last pick." This is a tough one. I don't think there's a perfect hero for this scenario here. They could just try and crush the Alk in lane, but he can always just go back to the jungle anyway. Like, it's not easy. Yeah, okay, they're going to go for the Alk crushing in lane scenario.
Okay, yeah, they certainly are. And Timbersaw against an Underlord, Alchemist, Ursa, Tricor. Sounds pretty nice to me. That's a lot of melee heroes.
It's G8 Shaman, by the way. They're giving the Keeper of the Light to Croaky.
Okay. So, GH playing the 4th position Shaman rather than the his legendary Kotal. That's just Liquid adjusting to the meta, though. Not listening to the fans. Not saying like, oh, we want GH Kotal. No, they're gonna do it the proper way. Alliance, they're gonna have Madara on the Spectre and Boxy on the Pangolier, and that means Tiger Doom. So 4th position Doom.
I'm interested to see how this mid lane goes, because obviously Miracle, we've seen him destroy Koikva, especially in the first game with that Morphling up against the Ember. Game 2 was a lot more even.
Yeah,
Koikva played really well, but so this is the decider between the two of them, not just for the series, but for the battle of the mid laners. Obviously, Koikva should crush Miracle in the mid lane, but you can play around that Acid Spray, go back into the jungle, find your farm, and you could, find your farm on Miracle. Tiger's actually playing the Doom, by the way. Boxy's playing the Pango.
Yeah, that's what I highlighted.
Oh, sorry, I was too zoned out.
That's alright.
Thinking about the mid lane.
Right, you don't need to listen to me. It's not like I'm your co-caster or anything.
No, it's fine. I still favour Liquid, I think, in this lineup, even from this last pick, Timbersaw, but I think if Boxy can make plays on this Pango this game, if they get deep observers to spot this Alk farming in the jungle, like, Timbersaw could crush him in lane, and then if they put these deep wards down quick enough and then punish him trying to farm in the jungle, they could, completely destroy Miracle's game, or at least, really slow him down. So I think Alliance, if we see them play like this really high tempo like we saw from them last game, they might be able to get a lot done.
So, I mean, there's two ways I see this thing going, as it stands. First point to make is there is very little lockdown for this Ursa when you look at the side of Alliance here. They've got...
Just doom it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Alchemist?
Just doom him, lol. Alk, you've got a Timber, it's fine. Alk,
okay.
Just,
I think they don't have enough control on the side of Alliance to hold still the Ursa, and then, either way, you're going to give one of these heroes a pretty free fight, and I don't think they're going to get crushed in the lane to the extent where they're not going to be useful in the fights, so I'm very worried.
Insania's going to go 1-1-4, max upheaval, right? And then what do they do?
True.
Can't run anybody down then. Oh, Liquid they are hugging each other at the moment.
They're scared, huddling for warmth in this very scary outback of their jungle. And he's picked up by himself.
Oh, Are they putting the Pango mids? He's just giving him the shared tangos.
Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, it looks like they've just swapped this up. So, Miracle, though, fighting into Tiger here. The Doom having to run himself away. GH is chasing. He's actually leveled up Aether Shocks. They won't have anything to keep him still with, but they do have the extra damage, and that's going to come a cooldown in 5 seconds. Tiger, I don't think he's getting out of this one. Boxy realizing he has to throw in the blocks, but Kuroki's going to find it with the Illuminate. Boxy in some trouble as well now as the Aether Shocks coming in, and do we have another Illuminate in 2 seconds? Boxy. But,
Can I just say how cool this is, by the way? The fact that they went to scout to see who was laning where. Obviously, Liquid really want to put the Ursa against the Timbersaw. But they scouted Miracle being out in the top lane, so Kuiper actually just bought his items on the courier, like, just as the game was about to start.
They're going to get Kuiper as well here. They're just a duo support of death.
Duo support. Scary.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh,
and it is scary. They've already lost 2 heroes. Kuiper comes into the mid lane. They see the Ursa coming in. They know they have lane this Timbersaw versus the Ursa, so he backs himself away. And inside is like, this is my lane now. Warlock mid, baby, let's go. And then Boxer, get out of here, Insania.
Sounds like something from a pub of mine, Warlock mid. I mean, Pango doesn't even do that well against Ursa. Like, he's not great. He does much better than Timbersaw.
Yeah. You know, sometimes those clutch disarms can help out a lot. As Boxy spamming out that taunt as any good Pango player does.
Where's the Shaman?
He's
Yeah,
up the
they
top
are just
right
tri-laning up against this Timbersaw. They understand that he's the big, you know, the big wow factor for Alliance this game. So if they can shut him down, Alliance are really going to struggle here.
They're kind of trying to tri-lane themselves, but they've got a Doom. How do you tri-lane with a Doom as your 4 position?
You just go and cut the creep wave like this.
Apparently so, but they're getting cut off a little bit here. Miracle
he's
charging
level
up stun as well. He's level 2, that's why. And Zarnia held still as the Illuminate comes through, and down goes the Warlock. A very messy start to this game from Alliance. They've lost 3 heroes up here in the top lane so far.
Yeah, this laning stage is really nice from Liquid. They've managed to get exactly what they want with the tri-lane, and then this Underlord can just farm down in the bot lane by himself. Like, he doesn't really care about Spectre. Spectre can't really lane up against Underlord that well, just because of the Atrophy Aura giving him extra damage. Especially when he gets to like this level 4 or so on the Underlords. Madara's going to really start to struggle.
Mid lane Boxy comes in. Doesn't get the old disarm on him, but still the same. Just making sure he can secure the CS with the swashbuckle. I actually cannot look at mid for too long because it's melting my brain. Yeah, Madara versus Underlord is going to be a pretty decent lane for the Underlord. I would expect.
I really wish
Madara's starting off very well.
I really wish they put the Doom as the 3 and the Pango as the 4. I feel like it would have changed the laning dynamic so much here. Like, having this Pango available in the tri-lane, it feels like he would do so much more than the Doom. You know, not that much more, but I guess.
It's in the mid lane, falling pretty low, has to swashbuckle himself away, but luckily always keeping mana for that swashbuckle when it's needed.
It just feels like if Alliance don't enable this Timber, he's not going to have a game. Like, you need to make sure he has a good start here. And 1, he's not getting farm, and 2, he's also tri-laning, so he's not getting any XP.
Top lane, so Tigers, you alright here? Nope, Liquid. They're just kind of taking control of this lane, really, as you say.
Is under attack.
Down here at bottom as well. I mean, I'm kind of impressed that Madara's done so well against the Underlord bottom. I mean, Micro is starting to kick ahead now with the 2 points into Atrophy Aura. It does give him a lot of damage to contest the CS with, but Madara off to a great start, to be fair. Tiger coming very far forwards here, also here in the top lane.
I mean, I know Liquid have an Alchemist, but they're 2k net worth ahead already. Like, this is... They're doing so well.
They are. I think in about a minute, those 5-minute runes are really going to be quite important. Yeah, Miracle's getting kind of low here as Quaker and Tiger play ring around the tower, but stun being charged up. Miracle dropping low on about 60 HP right now as the Illuminate come through, and now the Shackle's going to hold Timbersaw still, so Quaker can't chase this kill any longer and have to get himself away. Doing a fair amount of damage with these Welling Deaths, only level 1 though. Choosing to go for the 2 points in rapid fire.
He's going to get these cooldowns back up again really quickly.
Yeah, then comes the Shackles and Doom held still. Miracle comes in, they find this kill, and Miracle drops very low to the Whirling Death, but that is absolutely fine. Tiger will drop. Insania doing his best to heal up his teammates, but unfortunately the damage's already been done up here on the top lane, as once again, Liquid turn around and find themselves a kill. You want up bottom. These two just brawl into each other time and time again, Madara and Mind Control. Get into work.
Yeah, Mind Control needs to shove this lane in now really quickly before the 5-minute bounty respawn. Like, you see he's got this bottle queued up as well. needs to make sure the Spectre can't really contest him for these runes. It's really important that you're out. Like we saw last game, Alliance got the first 4 or 5 minute bounty runes, and it helped their game so much. Madara's actually going to go for them here. He realizes how important they are.
Yeah, this is very sloppy from Alliance. They've actually let both of these top runes go. And Madara unable to get one at bottom, but will be able to get a third. But still, I do not feel like these top runes both should have gone to Liquid with its Alchemist on their team.
It's very difficult for them to contest, though, with this Doom as one of their supports.
This is the big problem with this game. Boxy actually going down in the middle lane as Matumman chased him down under the tower, but back towards top, and we've got them chased onto Tiger here, though. Miracle's the one dropping low here. Cog is trying to chase him, but he's pretty much out of mana, and now the shackles are down. GH, though, also dropping low. Tiger fighting it up with GH. Tiger is going to die, but as is GH, so finally a trade for Alliance here. Actually, their first kill of the game right now. And, well, Proto's still looking to get started as Boxy coming in. They're looking for the kill onto Alchemist. Do they have enough damage? No, the Blinding Light is going to save the Alchemist and get him out safely. Alliance unable to get a kill with that rotation of Boxy even, so this is getting costlier and costlier by the second as this game is quickly getting out of hand, honestly. 6k gold advantage for, last game Alliance had the Alchemist. They're about 1k gold up at 10 minutes, and it felt like they were so far ahead. This game is looking even worse.
Yeah, really nice TP by Tiger to the mid lane as well there. Ursa was trying to shove the wave in with the catapult, so Tiger just TPs in, eats it up. No push for you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's going for this drums build on Ursa as well. He's looking good. They don't really, like you said, they don't have a huge amount of lockdown. I joked about the upheaval, by the way, but Insania did put a point in it at level 2. So.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he goes for at level 3. Surely you go for the Shadow Word, though. I mean, they also need to get the Fatal Bonds up at some point as well.
I think you go 0-1-2. Yeah, he's gone for it. I was joking, but he's very good. Like, it's super good this game. Tiger top lane.
Oh dear, getting run down once again, but with that Scorched Earth, he is going to get himself out okay.
And it's looking better for Alliance now than it did in the first few minutes, though, because this Timber's starting to get some levels now. He's halfway to level 6. They've kind of stopped this tri-lane now. So, if they can make sure this Timber has a better time than he was at the start, then they should try and at least catapult themselves forward a little bit more.
Have they given up on this top lane then? It feels like. Well, maybe just Quake for level 5, so they're kind of content that he can survive on his own with Tiger. Shackles do come out onto Quake for there. He's fighting it up into GH, but a Shockwave going to come in and finish the job as they get a kill up at top. Alliance getting kill number 2 here at top.
I think this is what you do there. You just send Croaky to the top lane. I think GH just go and try and do something else. Like Croaky can just try and dodge these chakrams as much as he can. Just push the lane out. GH is coming back. Never mind.
Miracle can farm the jungle absolutely efficiently here, so it's not a big issue. And then they come chasing forwards, using the glyph to try and dive a little bit here. But in comes the Shackles, and with Ursa coming in as well, the Tiger's going to be in some real big trouble. Although they're struggling to find the lockdown right now. Scorched Earth is about to come off cooldown, and that's going to make things a lot easier for the Matumman to chase him down here. He's got the phase boost, he's got the drums, he's just going to run him down. This one, quick bear.
Yeah, even this bot lane as well is going super well for the Underlord. He's about 1,000 net worth ahead of the Spectre. He's got this Helm of Dom, so he's really going to be able to pressure them. You really want to build this Helm of the Dom when you have a good start like this on Underlord, and you can just shove lanes in constantly. Like, you can use the creep to scout as well. They're going to want to group up early, so any kind of aura creep you can get is always helpful.
A lot of heroes coming into Boxy here, but he does manage to go the one way the heroes aren't coming from, so that's going to get him a get out of jail free card pretty much here. He's got an Arcane Rune. I'm wondering if he wants to throw in the Rolling Thunder here in the middle lane and maybe get themselves a kill onto the Matumman lane, but that does seem like a big stretch. This Ursa is not exactly an easy target to bring down.
Bot lane as well. Dara gets low, but
so low on HP. Meanwhile, he's going to get stunned here as Boxy's coming in. He's also got the Rolling Thunder, but he is going to just get caught on a cliff and immediately have to back himself away. Changing background. Maybe wants to get a hit onto the Ursa, but can't really find anything. So that's going to be a wasted Rolling Thunder for the first one. But I think he did just get it off at the tail end of his Arcane Rune there.
Boxy, he has no mana.
He's just going to get run down in the middle lane.
Okay. Well,
Matu on top of it, checking the mana pools and getting the kills.
But that's a really heads-up play by Matumman there, that he does click him to check his mana. Like, he knows that he's just used Swashbuckle as well anyway, so you just run him down.
Yep, absolutely.
And I know a lot of casters have been saying, like, this drums phase boost build is, oh, well, why don't you just build a blink? Like, the drums gives you good stats, and there are games like this where they don't have good lockdown, and you can just run at them. It's really powerful.
Jesus, flaming all the casters.
Not flaming of the casters. Everyone
You
has
are.
different
You are.
opinions.
Confirmed toxic.
Yeah, sorry. Everyone's bad. 3.
Well, Qualifiers should be able to get this tower. There isn't actually anybody in to even try for the deny here, so Qualifiers having a pretty good time up in this top lane, but still nowhere near the net worth
look
of
at
anybody
Kuro.
else, of course, as Insania coming in. But yeah, Kuro, he's going to get this bounty rune. I was going to say he's going to die for it, but actually Boxy just wants to go get the other bounty. But it is going to be another 3 bounties going the way of Liquid as the Alchemist just gets larger and larger, feeding into Miracle here, the gluttonous blob of the Alchemist here in the middle lane, just pouring gold and output wins.
So, Ursa's rotated to the bot lane.
Yes.
What does this Spectre do now? Like, he's TP top as well. I imagine Timber probably has to TP bot here to try and deal with this, but it's not
Into the
easy.
mid lane. They want to try and get this kill onto the Alchemist. They've got the Rolling Thunder off them into the mid lane. Madara coming in with the Hornet as well. And they will be able to find the kill onto Miracle. And actually, Matuma's come into this one, but with the Tim Chain coming through, well, he's going to Papillon Rage, and that's going to mean the Alliance going to stay back for the time being. Quakeverse still interested in this one, but Matuman way too fast to catch here.
Someone needs to build a vessel on this Liquid side so they can actually just deal with the Timber. At the moment, they're basically just dodging him the whole time and saying, we'll deal with you at some point. Now is not that point, but
First snakes of the game
I don't
coming
know.
in at bottom as well.
if maybe Mind Control could build the vessel this game. The Underlord. We'll have to see.
Quakever running around here. GH is ready for the catch, but the Esed not really chasing this one. He wants to come in and defend this middle lane from Madara and Insania. He's actually going to chase... No, he's not. He's going to get the catapult.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Double Catapult and Shaman was in the bot lane as well. Takes the tower. This is very easy. The disarms.
Underlord's just looking at them here, but so much damage coming out from these two. The magic damage from Quakever is more than enough to bring down the Underlord. That's what I hear it saying. But they do get the tower in the bottom lane, so I don't really think they're that bothered about losing that guy.
Can we just look at Warlock's skill build, by the way? You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah, you called it. 1-1-3.
It's going to be 1-1-4, I'm telling you. Actually, he might go to max Fatal Bonds again now. I think the difference between 3 points and 4 points in the upheaval isn't massive, so... I think 3
Are you
points
ever
is
going to
fine.
reach the max slow channel?
Like, if you look at the 1 to 2
Oh,
points,
wait,
like
sorry,
12.5 seconds to 6.5 is a big jump, but 4.5 to 3.5 is not really a...
I don't think I've ever
Big
read
deal.
the description of the spell, to be honest. I'm like,
It's because nobody levels it, that's why.
yeah, true.
It's a really good skill, though, this game.
The max slow is 84%. It works up to it, so it's going to take 3.5 seconds to get to 84% slow. Gotcha. Okay,
Yes.
so it basically just ramps up faster.
And it's like a linear scale as well, so...
Right, so if we have a
After the first
graph
second,
over
it
down
will-
by boxing, yeah, we got a graph here. This is, oh, never mind, we got some action going on. Safe holding still Quakever here. Oh, the Quakever turns around and gets a quick kill onto GH, and now with boxing rolling through, he's going to be able to keep them away from Quakever for the time being, and Crimson will run himself away from this Will-O-Wisp, which does nothing to the Pangolier
Oh,
inside
the
of his Rolling
Will-O-Wisp
Thunder, though
bounce.
it does catch him on the last hit, but he's silenced up. Oh, misses a swashbuckle. Boxy chooses safety over the kill. Not my teammate. He's still being chased down by Matumaman here.
He has no points in Shield Crush, so he is very reliant on this swashbuckle for positioning here.
He also
He
doesn't have a
could've just jumped
TP,
up-
so he needs to get himself out the old-fashioned way. And he's just going to get one more hit. No, I'm not going to make it. Matumaman. Oh, he's got a blink. Okay. So, why is he on the
Not
high
that
ground
sweet.
there? He just goes onto
He
the
did
high
go
ground to
blink
see
out.
where he goes. Yeah, he did.
I mean, I was considering he might go for the BKB or something just because of the upheaval build from the Warlock, but yeah, the blink's fine as well. Allows him to jump people at the start of the fight. I still like the jumps first. Oh, good Hex!
Ooh, down to the bottom lane. Didn't catch that one.
Quakever got a Timber Chain off that was about to latch, but GH has this Aether Lens already on the Shaman.
Oh,
So this Hex just got onto him to stop the Timber Chain from...
yeah, that's a big kill as well, because they're
Finishing.
kind of relying on Quakever to roll forward here. But my problem here is that Liquid are playing as 4 right now. We have not seen this Alchemist get involved in any fights. He's just farming away. He's got his Radiance. And they're still doing very, very well on the side of Liquid. I suppose we've got a Spectre as well, who's also not really been involved a whole lot. She came in for the one Haunt kill in the middle lane and then has kind of farmed up as well. But I just feel like the 4-man of Liquid seems even too much for the 5-man of Alliance to deal with.
It's this whole thing of like they can't make plays on the map though. Like their laning stage has gone really badly, and their Spectre doesn't really want to make plays. Warlock and Doom don't really do anything. Like they've got these big ults that they can play around, but if you commit these big ults, Liquid are just going to run at you straight after. So it's only really the Pango that can do anything on the map at the moment. Like, the Spectre just needs to farm.
Alliance
smoking up.
smoking up. They're looking for something. They've got this Doom to work with here as they go up onto the high ground, but they're also smoked on the side of Liquid, and they're actually going to run right around each other here. And they actually find one of the back lines. Pangolilo's just trying to catch up with the team, but he's going to get pulled down on the back. They try to throw down the Golem, but now the Doom coming out onto the Ursa, but a response with a Will-O-Wisp as Quake becomes whipping forwards into Kuroki, and Kuroki's going low. Can they finish him off? Yes, they can. Meanwhile, Ursa just has to run himself away. The Golem, they want to drop it. Can they bring it down, though? And Sada keeps getting stunned up, finally gets that Golem down, and Shadow Shaman is annihilated on the high ground. They're just going to leave him to tick out to everything else. Miracle running around the sidelines of this fight, and now Alliance can get to work on him as well. Madara coming in, everybody coming in to get a piece of Miracle, and he gets his toast buttered by the side of Alliance here. And now they can look towards the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane.
A really good team fight by Alliance. They get these 3 pick-offs. They need to use those big ults, and they finally got them, you know, this big engagement that they were looking for. But Underlord wasn't there, which I'm surprised about. I think, did he TP away at the start?
I'm not entirely sure.
But anyway, like, Alliance need to be super careful again now, though. I said this in the first game. They've used their big ults. They just need to, you know, calm down, wait for their big spells to come up again before they do anything. Because Liquid they are going to look to play aggressive here. They might even just look to get. They've pinged out the Roche. I was going to say, or somebody did. I didn't see which team, but without these big ults being available, they should just look to try and take the Roche on Liquid now.
And I mean, how do you lose the team fight with a 10k gold advantage at 60 minutes into the game? Well,
because
I can actually answer that question.
They have Horde, Golem, Doom, and Rolling Thunder. That's
yeah,
that's why.
and also so much of your gold is on the Alchemist as well, who he's just one of these heroes who doesn't carry gold very effectively. You know, yes, he farms it more effectively, which kind of makes up for that, but
yeah, but look at Tiger's item build on this Doom as well. He's rushing this vessel straight away to deal with the Alp. So, we talked about Liquid needing one to deal with the Timber. Obviously, Alliance need one as well for the Alk, so Tiger's going to rush that down. And when he gets it, this Alk suddenly, until he gets Manta, doesn't look so scary. Like, you just get one of these vessel charges off onto him, and you can bring him down with this Timber Saw on your team as well.
"17 minutes into the game, still a 10k gold advantage remains for Team Liquid. A couple of good team fights, well, one good team fight from Alliance does not push them far enough ahead to start to make any kind of headway on this net worth, and the graphs will show pretty much exactly that. What do they need to do on Alliance then? Are they content with kind of leaving this gold advantage as is? Do they know that their Spectre is going to be big enough to kind of combat this gold, or?
Hang on. Oh, okay, he's just pushing the creep wave. Sorry, say that again. I was just watching something.
Saying, are Alliance going to be content with this 10k gold advantage which Liquid have right now? Do they feel the need to come in and make some aggressive plays on Liquid?
I think Liquid, they shouldn't be afraid here. Like we talked about, these big ults are down. I'm surprised they haven't tried to make something happen, because they're all about to come off cooldown again. I think Alliance, obviously you're never going to be content if they have a 10k gold lead at 17 minutes, but it feels like Liquid they are not making plays at the moment, and there's a Doom on the Underlord.
He's gone. That mind control is taken care of very quickly. I'm amazed at how much damage this Timber Saw is just doing to the poor guy.
He almost got the Dark Rift off. He was halfway through the animation, but that Doom coming out completely puts the end to that. And you see, look where Kuroki's warding though on this Keeper of the Light. Like he really wants this deep vision down for the Ursa to be able to just try and play and get these aggressive pickoffs with his blink.
Yeah.
But I still feel like they should be trying to play around this Roche more.
They have the Ursa. You usually expect that kind of thing, but I guess are overrated.
It still feels like they're just trying to dodge this Timber though all the time. Like they're happy to just let out farm up and hit a point where they can just group up as 5.
Liquid being so aggressive. I mean, look at this. GH he's pretty far away from help. Kuroki's the only one nearby, and he's so far down this lane. I think they're actually looking for Insania here.
They might get a blinding light off onto him.
Yeah, the Timberman is in quickly. Hex as well. Warlock taken care of. No help coming. And that is a very deep kill for Liquid. And they can even get some damage on tier. Wow, they're popping the snakes for the tier 3. They're definitely looking to get some damage in now.
I mean, Upheaval's not going to save you there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's what's scary there. I like this though by Liquid. At least they're making...
Dude jumping in, going in deep with the Will-O-Wisp to back it up as well. Box just keep into the sidelines here. Now comes in that Rolling Thunder with the Haunt as well. They're trying to TP out from Mind Control here, and they will be able to get everybody to safety. It was all a bait to get the Haunt out. They didn't get the Golem, but they did get the buyback out of the Warlock.
That's such a good play as well. Having this like
That's sneaky.
just get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
You force Alliance to pop all their spells. Like they still have Golem up, but they use the Rolling Thunder, they use the Haunt, and they don't get anything for it.
That
And
was,
you even got damage onto the tier 3.
I think that was the LOL JK play. It's like,
We
we're
didn't
gonna
mean
fight
it,
you.
guys.
Just kidding. We're out of here. See ya.
Just a prank. We didn't mean it.
Well, Spectre very close to her Manta now. Probably going for the defusal afterwards, I would think. It's the usual Spectre thing.
Yeah, I think you really want that Diffuser Manta up against the Keeper of the Light, I think. And obviously having the Manta available to purge off the Earth Shock from the Earth is always nice.
Timber in some trouble here as he gets jumped on in the top lane, and with the Yules up onto him as well, he's probably just going to end up getting rooted again and going down. But the Doom comes out onto the Earther along with the Spirit Vessel as well. He's taking a ton of damage from this, but where's the follow-up? Madara's trying to chase, he throws in a dagger and the Shockwave as well. Well, Mech gonna do a bit for the time being. Mind Control coming in with the blocks, but Madara does find it. He tries to get himself denied, but Matumman goes down. That's a 7 times wicked kill streak going to Tiger. 900 gold, but maybe they're looking to fight this one. Although Alchemist just stuns himself up on the backlines. Not able to find this one. Pangolier, thinking about it. Boxy, he's gonna come rolling into this
GH
one.
just got
Tiger
him.
could be in some trouble. No, actually, this is just a defensive Rolling Thunder from Boxy. Everybody's trying to get themselves away. I'm wondering if this is really the play, though. They're actually coming in. In drops the Golem. Miracle taking some damage here. Boxy running himself forwards, but he's taking so much damage. Miracle, Spirit Vessel up. Boxy, can he find him? Yes, he can. Gets the kill. Hex up on Tiger, just trying to play around the edge of this team fight right now. And that's about it for this team fight, I think. No, never mind. Boxy's coming back in. He gets the disarm and the slow onto Mind Control here. They get another one as well. Mind Control not able to get his way out of this team fight. Goodness me. Alliance.
GH did a really good job at the start of that fight. Oh, bot lane. Timber.
Trouble again, but that Yules is going to help him get a ride out of here.
Yeah, I was going to say that GH did a really good job at that start of that fight. In the backline, he managed to just completely control the Warlock up to stop him from dropping that Golem really early. That's why it came up so late into the team fight. It did work eventually, but, you know, honestly, Alliance have just flatlined the net worth graph, though, it feels like, for the last 5 minutes or so.
Yes.
They've actually done
Still on
they've done a really
10k.
good job. They've kind of, slowed this pace of Liquid down.
That's true, but I mean, money's still not in their favor. I know they've got a Alchemist, but still, 10k is, even at 22 minutes, they had 10k advantage at, I think, like 15 minutes, but...
Yeah, a Miracle with the Manta now as well obviously can dispel the Vessel from Tiger, which has been causing them so much problems.
Okay, now we're looking at
So many
Roshan,
problems.
although a dagger's just going to be thrown into the pit and give everything away. Is this enough to scare out the Tuberman? Of course it's not. The man's a beast. Double daggers being thrown into the pit. Boxy coming in to get involved as well with the Rolling Thunder as well. They're keeping him stunlocked inside this pit. Ursa can't do a thing. Searu's going to die. Oh, he actually gets bashed by Roshan. I'm not too sure what happened there, but Matumman will manage to get the rage off, and they're going to try to TP themselves out of this one. Not before they'll take down Moxie. Oh, no, never mind. No, they won't. However, Kuroki trying to play around here. Boxy in some Blinding Light killed? No. What? GH killed him.
Wards.
Oh, the Wards attack from the low ground. Okay, I didn't see those guys over there. Meanwhile,
Top
up at
lane as
top,
well, Miracle.
they're looking at him, aren't they? But I don't think they can find the gap closed.
They still have... Oh, okay, they don't have Haunt, but they have Golem up in 40 seconds, and Doom's still up for Alliance, so... Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to get into the Roche pit again here. It doesn't look like to contest the Ursa this time, but... Good stalling.
So you know what? The Pangolier got bashed by Roshan, right? That's what stopped him.
I'm not sure. I didn't see it. Oh, Ursa.
Zanya way too close to that, and this could be the Doom in trouble as well. It could be. I mean, he's absolutely annihilated. Ursa tears him apart. As Matumman is just going wild right now.
I mean, this is what I thought Liquid would do earlier, though. Just play around this like early Aegis timing, because it feels like at this point in the game they should be looking towards getting the second Aegis. Like, not only does the first Aegis help you, but working towards an earlier Aegis cheese would have helped them a lot. So. I guess now having this Manta blink on the Alchemist, and you're so having an Aegis as well, they've just hit this massive power spike.
Yeah.
They finally group up as 5. This is what we've been waiting for the last 5-10 minutes.
Miracle has turned up to a fight, and they will take the tower and get themselves away. They do not want to fight into this Golem right now, and the Rolling Thunder is up, and the Doom as well. So a lot for Liquid to be careful of, but playing around it perfectly.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're gonna just go back, split up and farm. They can take the shrines now as well if they want Liquid. So no rush. You can wait for the Octarine on the Alchemist if you want. You've still got this Aegis for another 3.5 minutes or so.
10k gold advantage at around the kind of 22 minutes, now up to 17. Quite a leap forwards for Liquid here.
And he has the cast range talent as well on the Shaman now, so that initiation only going to be more scary.
Big, long grabs.
Well, we've been seeing some Shamans, I know Roger, especially for VP, likes going for this BKB second item, or like third item. And yeah, he is building it on the Shaman, I was going to say. He just got it off the courier, so. I mean, having this like option in the fight of just BKB shackling somebody and just completely taking them out of the fight, if you can use that on something like the Timbersaw or the Pango, they can't really stop it unless they commit Doom or like Golem for you. So it's very valuable.
Double damage in the bottle of the Ursa as well. Liquid might want to do something about this.
Oh, that's Mind Control's bottle as well that he's been holding on to for all this time. So
very nice, very nice.
I do like seeing these late game bottles. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, this is like the #1 thing you mentioned in cast is how much you like late game bottles.
Especially on heroes like TB and Death Prophet as well.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Morphling, I think, is the best.
Morphling as well. Yeah.
Top damage on Morph is some scary, scary stuff. Alrighty, Alliance. Looking to push down this top lane, get some pressure on, and maybe redirect the focus off Liquid a little bit.
Liquid are looking to head up towards this top lane here, though. They really want to punish this Timber. They have good vision around as well.
And they go, and then they get the Hex off onto Quakebear as well. Stun to follow up from Miracle, though they somehow managed to get the Load Storm off in that time as well. So we'll reflect it as GH tries to go in for the Shackle, but of course that's going to get interrupted as well. Quakebear fighting up, and now comes in the Haunt. No, Will-O-Wisp on top of it as well. Down goes the Golem as well. Is it going to be enough damage, though? Boxy trying to get himself away. Matumba Man running forward with the double damage as well. Just going to pile the damage into Tiger, but in comes a Rolling Thunder from Boxy. Meanwhile, Quakebear held back, but not for long. GH is going to be the first casualty of this fight, and Mind Control calls the stops. He's saying, let's get ourselves out of there. They're trying to force him out, but no one. Oh, so close to bringing down that Underlord, but it's not quite enough. They're looking to fight this one still. He does want to turn, and in they go. Madara going to get the TP out. There's a huge kill on the Spectre. Can they keep her alive? Is there any way, any chance? Manta being used with the disarm onto the Ursa as well. Going to buy them a little bit of time. Sun comes out. Lotus Orb back. Alchemist now in some trouble as well. In comes a root from the Underlord, though, holding still Tiger. He can't get towards Miracle in time. Tiger's going to go down, as is Boxy. Liquid looking for more as they run up onto the high ground here. Ooh, Quakebear runs himself away. The Angry Bear is looking for more.
It just feels like Alliance are lacking like a tiny bit of damage in these fights. Like Warlocks gets these really good golems off with Fatal Bonds and Upheaval, but they're just not doing damage. They can't kill people off, especially before this Dark Rift comes out. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
They did get GH, but with how much you committed, they even got the Doom off onto the Alk, but it just didn't matter because he was already in the Chemical Rage.
The combo was very much there from Alliance, but yeah, as you say, just not enough damage. The Haunt is pretty ineffectual, even with this Manta and this Diffusal. And that's partly to thank the Underlord with the Greaves, to be honest.
He didn't have the Diffusal in that fight, though, on the Spectre, so he's just picked it up. Yeah. I think if he'd have had the Diffusal, it might have made that difference that we were talking about. But
yeah, I think so.
And with all their ults being down now again on Alliance, they have to be careful for the next minute or so. Fortunately for them, the Aegis is about to run out in 10 seconds or so. And he's even going for a Nullifier on the Ursa. This is scary.
Yeah, to say the least. There's so much which Liquid have to throw at Alliance right now, but you know, maybe the next fight can go towards Alliance. I mean, do you think it's possible with the Chaotic Offering, the Fatal Bonds, and now this Diffusal, the extra damage coming out of those illusions from the Spectre?
They can take fights, like we've seen, like in these defense, they do a decent amount, but it feels like they can't get over the finishing line.
Yeah.
Especially this Timber's even building a BKB. Actually, that's depressing. When you feel like you have to build a BKB on Timber.
They're waiting. I'm surprised they actually didn't jump onto Madara there. I was fully much expecting that as they were positioned up on this high ground. They see Madara, but they don't want to go for that kill. Dispersion, pretty scary to fight into. Vision out. They see Tiger. I don't think they're too scared of Tiger.
Oh, they smoke up on
Tiger
Liquid,
should be
though.
scared of them, though. Yeah, they want this Doom. They want to get this Doom. Does he have buyback available?
Boxy could get the courier, maybe?
He does not have buyback, 500 gold.
It.
Although he's dragging them a long way away from base here. Miracle with the chase down Tiger into the tree lines here, and with a nice Sentinel stop as well. Although the 4-star forwards, nope, still going to stun himself, but Batum Man's right on top of Tiger here. I don't think he's getting out of this one. Doom not be coming off cooldown anytime soon with that Radiance burning him away. Stun is out, Tiger dead, but a fair amount of space created.
I love how I say
still,
good bash as if he did that on purpose on Ursa as well.
Yeah, he's not a slaughter.
But it's space though, like you say. A little bit of room for the Spectre, at least. Pango's... he's just rolling Thunder TPing.
Okay.
But someone tried to get a bash
He's
there.
got a bounty rune for it, so, you know, finally committing enough to these bounty runes to stop the Alchemist getting them. But would like to see that a bit earlier on. It was a quick little Lotus Orb, and now a quick little counter Hex as well. And, well, Qualifier could be in some trouble here. And there's the Shackles from the high ground. GH, such range on that spell. Qualifier going to get dropped here in the middle lane. Does have buyback available if they need to defend from this fight, which I imagine they will. I don't think Liquid are looking to hold on to this game much longer. They want things to be over.
I mean, they could wait for the second Aegis if they want to, but it feels like they're very much in the driving seat here. It is scary going high ground against this Warlock Doom Pango combination, but so maybe you, especially against the Doom, you do want that Aegis. I think just starve them out like we saw from Alliance do in Game 2 against Liquid. No need to force something really silly here. It feels like they could just play around the Serpent Wards to push if they want to as well.
Yeah, I mean, my concern is they are against the Spectre. Things will get difficult at some stage, but I'm sure Liquid know this, and they're looking to play according to that. It's the one thing they probably always got their eye on, is just making sure Spectre never gets too far ahead. As Miracle just jumping straight onto the high ground, followed up by Snakes as well, but they do get the Doom out onto the Underlord, so no escape if they want to back out of this fight. BKB's being popped from Liquid here, but in comes that Haunt. They're going onto the backlines here with the Rolling Thunder jumping around as well. They're actually targeting down the Underlord. They will be able to get this kill as the Doom will finally take him off. Now look towards Kuroki as well as they're chasing forwards, but there's a Will-O-Wisp holding Alliance still for the time being. The Golem comes down, but doesn't seem to achieve a whole lot as they look forwards towards GH. Koikfa just trying to go on the backlines here with Tiger as well as the Spirit Vessel comes out. The Doom Man trying to find Boxy here. There comes the Hex. GH has got that BKB coming off, and he's going to get a full duration Shackles. Batum Man deals with Boxy.
Yeah, and here we go. This is Liquid wanting to throw everything. They get the buybacks going.
Madara caught on the back.
They understand that Alliance have just thrown everything.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this upheaval.
The upheaval. Always with the upheavals with you. That's Batum Man. Forced out of base for the time being. He is dropping a lot of health just in Infernal Blade and the Spirit Vessel combination, trying to come back into this one, and now with the Shackles from the low grounds as well onto the Spectre. Spectre, she just pulled back into this game. She's dead again, and this is looking impossible for Alliance. They try to come into the back lines and get something done as Tiger buys back into this game. They're not willing to say goodbye yet, but Boxy is dead again. Die back from him. Liquid onto the high ground.
Seconds. Do they want to get the Timber here?
Yeah, they'll get him. I think this game is looking a little bit over as they try to jump in and get something done, but the Timber's probably going to be dropped here, getting a bit of damage off before he goes down, but Koikfa is dead, Insania is dead, everybody's dead. It's only the Warlock and Upheaval can't save you from this. GG is called. Liquid take game number 3 and secure their spot in the winner's bracket.
I'm surprised Liquid didn't wait for the second Aegis just to play it safe. But I like that they just committed their buybacks after Alliance used everything in that last team fight. There's no reason to hold on to anything. Without their big ults on Alliance, they really struggle to do anything this game. So just go for the all in play at the end. Why not?
It's twice now the Warlock hasn't really worked out for Alliance though, and it's just felt like Insania has been so underwhelming. These not him personally, but the Warlock. I mean, he had a great game too, but
I don't think it's just the Warlock's fault though. Like in this game 1 and 3 that they both lost, they picked these really long cooldowns, and like we saw, Koikfa was trying to make plays on the map, Boxy was trying to make plays on the map, but they're on this timer where they can only fight every so often, which is the one reason in Game 2 why they did so well. Like they were aggressive all the time. It felt like, obviously the 10th pick Alk in Game 2 for them worked really well, but I really like how Liquid adjusted to this third game, and they realised that they can't just like do this really slow tempo game that we saw from them. Don't let Alliance just run at you. Just match their aggression. You know, they played their laning stage really well too.
They did.
Matchups.
Yeah, that's when the Doom kind of came back to bite Alliance, because they had this tri lane which they were running with Tiger, Insania, and Qualifier, and they were really struggling to make things happen. They were actually dying quite a lot in that top lane because the Doom just felt super underwhelming. You know, it doesn't offer enough to the tri lane, I don't think. Or maybe it was the Warlock, I'm not too sure. It's definitely one which we know Alliance will be going back to look at and find out what went wrong in this laning phase. But Team Liquid do manage to secure a victory. Despite dropping one game, they will take the victory over Alliance in a 2-1, which is going to move them up to the winners bracket, which is going to be over on this channel, and the lower bracket, which is going to be over on another channel. I'm not quite sure which one, but I'm sure you can find the details pretty easily. With, of course, the awesome new squad mode feature, which we're using on Twitch today. So that's pretty neat. Click that button if you
10
haven't
out of
already.
10.
Yeah, very cool.
Absolute 10 out of 10.
Very cool. All right, my name's been Nomad. He's been Mo Farah. I hope you enjoyed these casts, as we're going to be bringing you plenty more action throughout the day in the qualifiers for the MDL Disneyland Major. Do stick around. We'll see you later for Team Liquid versus the victors of the other match in this group. See you in a bit.
So here we are. We've got you some secret coverage. The people cried for it. They were like, I don't want to wait 2 hours for Na'Vi to face up against whoever wins the other series, because they're going to take ages, because Na'Vi stomped their series. So we have been shifted across to Secret versus TFT. We'll probably end up on CIS again for the 3rd series, but in the meantime, you get to enjoy some Mr. Pupan drafting.
Yep. First pick OD in this patch.
He doesn't stop. Like, come on, he's just doing this through the major. Admittedly, they didn't win the major, but they made it pretty far, considering every team knew what they were going to do.
They know what they're doing. These guys, they've been around the block. I'm personally, as a pub player, getting pretty sick of OD, though. You know, it's been about 15 patches. And if the great puppy himself thinks that OD is still good, then I'm sure it is. Although mid 1 is not your average mid pub player. But
I mean, he's got the name for it, right? Like, those kind of people that name themselves mid only or abandoned. He's kind of there, like mid 1. I go mid, I'm number 1.
He was number 1 ranked in Europe for a while, so like he literally was the one mid.
To rule them all.
And you know, yeah. If somebody says, "Give me mid," and they're rank 1 in the highest ranked region in the world, you give it to them.
You sound like Blitz right now. I always hear him complain about this. Like, he'll get in his games like, all right, I'm 20 ranks higher than you, but you're not giving me mid. And then just proceeds to actually, like, have to go support or something. Good man, Blitz is.
That's North America for you. I'm not sure. How's Europe for role stealing? I feel like I've queued Europe a couple